Welcome back to the Connected Spirit Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Dawson, and I'm thrilled to have you here today. If you are an aspiring medium or light worker, today's episode is all about embracing your spiritual gifts and really trusting your calling as a medium. Each of us has a unique journey, and really understanding your spiritual gifts can sometimes feel overwhelming. I get it, but trust me when I say this. By embracing your calling, it is going to be one of the most important and most empowering steps that you can take. So today, we're going to dive in together and we're going to look at how you can recognize and really fully step into your calling and embrace your spiritual gifts. All right, let's get started. One of the biggest challenges I see with aspiring mediums is the struggle to trust their intuition and the abilities that they have mediumistically. Many of us are conditioned to doubt ourselves or feel like our abilities aren't real or they're not strong enough, or compare ourselves to other mediums that we think are amazing. And then we fall into this trap of it's negativity. It's a lack of self-belief, and it just keeps us in this lower vibration and really stops us from embracing our soul calling. But I need you to know something. The truth is, your mediumship abilities, your intuition is unique to you because your abilities are based on who you are, your uniqueness, your lived experiences. So how you perceive information in the physical world and in the spiritual realms is always going to be different than somebody else. This is why so many mediumship teachers and coaches, including myself, always say, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Your abilities are the way they are, and they have to be that way. So first things first, let's take a moment to reflect on what makes you feel connected to spirit. Okay? Do you have a knack for sensing energy? Maybe you receive messages through visions, so clairvoyantly, or through your dream state. Maybe you just know things without explanation. Whatever that is your spiritual gift. Okay? And what I'd like you to do, if you don't have time right now, come back to this podcast episode later and just spend some time journaling about your experiences. What moments have felt particularly like magical or profound when you have connected with the world of spirit? Maybe it's something that happened, after the loss of a loved one. Maybe it's something that occurred in meditation. Maybe it's something that you experienced, when sitting in a mediumship development circle or taking a workshop. Like, what is that? And then I want you to, for a moment, just recognize that these moments, this is really the first step in understanding your unique mediumship abilities, okay? Because you're going to look back and see, ooh, I saw things. I heard things. I felt things. And that's really going to help you understand how you're perceiving the language of spirit. We also call this like the clairs or your psychic senses. Next up, we need to talk about mindset. It's so easy to fall into that trap of comparison, especially in the spiritual community. We've got people with all different kinds of backgrounds, different flavors, different ways of doing things. And I'm going to say it doesn't even matter if you're new to the spiritual path, embracing your spiritual gifts. Lots of people fall into this trap. I've been guilty of it until I wasn't anymore. And what I'm going to say to you is you might look at others who seem like so confident and wish you could be like them, but you need to remember that everybody's journey is different. And what you don't see from the people that are posting on social media, from the people that have podcasts, for people that are on interviews, whatever, is that there's a lot of deep work. There's a lot of, for myself, there's been multiple dark nights of the soul where it's been fucking awful. It's been horrible. And I'm like, shit, I don't even know how I'm going to get through this. But having that connection with the spirit world has helped me through it. And in turn, it's really enhanced my mediumistic powers of awareness. So, when things look shiny or like, oh, I'd love to have that, you have to remember there's so much that goes behind the scenes, goes on in the background that you'll never know. So as you perceive things, that's okay, but don't think that's the whole story, okay? So instead of comparing yourself to others, I really encourage you, and I say this to all my students, focus on celebrating your own path. And affirmations can be extremely powerful here, okay? So you could say something like, I trust my gifts. I am a capable medium. I embrace my spiritual path. And if you have other affirmations that really support you in your day-to-day life. See if you can maybe adjust them a little bit so they really relate to your mediumship abilities and development, your work with the world of spirit, okay? Affirmations is probably one of the most I'm going to say significant and consistent spiritual practices that I've kept up with for over 10 years. And it has helped me so much. It's helped me build up my confidence in myself, in the spirit world, in my abilities. Now, let's touch on the importance of finding a supportive community. This is so paramount, you guys. I know from so many people that reach out to me on social media, people that reach out to me who've listened to the podcast, they feel isolated, alone. Family doesn't understand them. They live in an area where there's a lot of religious people where tarot cards and mediumship readings and psychics and pendulums and all that kind of stuff is really frowned upon. So there's a feeling of isolation. Community is so important. And surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who understand your journey can be a complete game changer for you. I know it was for me. So whether that's joining a mediumship development circle, maybe you take a class, you're connecting with people online, maybe you join a Facebook development group or community page, please find a space where you feel safe to explore your abilities and share your experiences. And what I will say is when we go into some of the Facebook platform groups, what I've noticed from my own experience is that there can be a lot of judgment. So I recommend that people look for an experienced mentor and get into a mediumship development circle. You're more likely to experience that warm, loving, and really true supportive environment that is necessary for you to really take your mediumship abilities to the next level. When you're supported by others who are on a similar path, it's going to make embracing your calling so much easier for you, I promise. And I just want you to know you are not alone in this. You can always reach out to me through my website, my socials, okay? I'm here for you. As you begin trusting your mediumship and you shift your mindset, the next step is to really begin trusting your intuition, trusting those psychic faculties that are communicating with you every single day. I need you to know that your intuition is this guide. It is your inner guidance system that's letting you know what's right, what's wrong, what resonates, what isn't a vibratory match for you, okay? And it's really going to help you navigate your spiritual path. Honestly, there was a lot of confusion that I had when I was developing my mediumship abilities, and I gotta say, one of the things that my mom taught me, which is interesting because I grew up in a Christian home, was the gift of discernment. And to be able to trust what my body was telling me, being able to trust what my feelings were telling me, was probably the most important thing that has even saved my life at times, literally, and I'm not over exaggerating with that, okay? I really want you to just start small. Pay attention to those gut feelings, those little nudges that you're receiving throughout the day, and really acknowledge them, okay? Because the more that you acknowledge them, the stronger they're going to get, and you're going to see that it's absolutely going to help you and make it so much easier when you start giving readings. The more that you listen and you trust your intuition, the stronger it's going to become. I want you to treat it like a muscle. Practice will make it more robust, more reliable, and then you're going to be so confident when it comes to giving private one-to-one readings, getting on the platform, doing group readings, okay? Finally, you guys, I really want to encourage you to take action. And embracing your calling means really stepping into it fully. Nothing half-assed, okay? We can't do that. Now, what does this look like? This might look like booking your first reading with somebody, offering free sessions to friends or family, or simply just dedicating some time to your spiritual practice, whether that is 10 minutes a day, couple hours a week, like whatever that is. Just start there, okay? I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. It's not about the amount of time, though that does help you, but consistency is going to be absolutely pivotal on your journey. From the beginning stages of your development, even if you're experienced like myself, I notice when I've skipped sitting in the power for a couple of days, I notice the difference. And so I get back on it, right? I just want you to do whatever feels right for you. Please take that leap. Trust that spirit will support you as you begin to step forward. They're not going to do the work for you. They're going to wait for you to initiate this, I'm going to say, incredible journey. And then they're going to go, okay, he or she's ready to go. Let's do this, right? Every small step that you're going to take is so powerful. It's really a powerful affirmation of your commitment to your path and your soul gifts. To wrap up, you guys, just remember that embracing your spiritual path is a journey of self-discovery and trust. 100%. Recognize your unique abilities and embrace them. Be unapologetic about it. All right. I want you to just be so grateful about who you are, what your gifts are, and the impact that you came to make here. I want you to shift your mindset, find yourself a community, trust your intuition, and most importantly, take action. You have everything that you need within you to be an incredible medium. I just want to thank you today for joining me on The Connected Spirit. If this episode resonated with you, please subscribe and leave a review. I'd love to hear about your spiritual journey and how you're embracing your spiritual calling. Until next time, friend.